Hey guys, welcome to BG Reveal Day. So today I'm going to kind of show off some character reveals. Maybe show off a little bit of the main plot and like what direction I want to go in for it, and maybe my inspiration behind the story. I hope you guys like it, and if you want to take the extra step, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss anything regarding this new story. So the next topic that we're going to get into is about characters and the characters who are very important to the main plot of the story. Um, there's about 10 different characters, so let's get into it. So the first character we have is Zach. He is one of the main characters, and unfortunately, both his parents split, so they're no longer together. His mom's been taking care of him since he was a little kid, and now he's a junior in high school, so it actually kind of skips that timeline a little bit, but in between chapters and episodes, you'll find out that it jumps back and forth. So um, the first chapter starts off with him as a kid, and then you kind of see he explains to you what happened between his parents and how he holds this kind of grudge against his father. So he is very important to the story, and I don't see him going anywhere anytime soon. So the next character we have is Greta. She's actually the mother of another one of our main characters, which I'll get to soon. Her name is Allison, but Allison's her daughter. So she finds out that her husband, David, which I'll also get to in a little bit, gets a job opportunity in LA, and that's exactly how Allison meets Zach. But she kind of she's there to support her daughter, but lately, her daughter has been going back and forth with her, and they've kind of been going at it with each other. So you'll kind of find out how they attempt to resolve their constant back and forth. So that'll be interesting to see. She's definitely important to the main plot of the story as well. Um, she's just trying to be there for her daughter, and just she really tries to be a good parent and do the right thing. So let's hope she follows through on that, and does good and does what she wants to and does what she needs to, in terms of respect for both her daughter and her husband. So next up we have another one of our main characters who's actually the ex-boyfriend of Allison, who's a character I'm going to get to next. That's also a main character, but he doesn't understand the concept that him and Allison are through. And you'll kind of find out why that's happening, but you'll actually discover that he cheated on her, and he left her, he abandoned her, and he left her with a broken heart. So he tries to enter her life, trying to make amends and trying to atone for what he did wrong, but in the end, he's just wasting his time. So it's just going to be kind of interesting to see whether she moves on or, you know, whatever she chooses to do with him, abandon him, you leave him. Um, so yeah, you're just gonna have to find out and see. I'm not gonna spoil any more of what's to happen, but he is definitely not gonna be around for much longer if he keeps pushing. So that'll be interesting to see, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. So next we have the character that you've all been waiting for, Allison. She's actually very, very integral to the plot of the story. She has so much conflict going on with her and her ex boyfriend Howard and Zachary. She's actually really upset that you'll find that out in the beginning of the story. She just moved because, as I said before, with Greta, her father David got a job opportunity um, in LA, so she has to move away from all her friends and away from some of her family, and she just gets really sad because she's grown so accustomed to living in New York because that's where she, grew up in, the city that never sleeps. So she kind of has to adjust herself to the change, and um, she does get a little upset at the fact that she's moving, but she does come around eventually, as you'll soon discover. So next we have Eve. She's actually um, Zach's aunt. She's very young. She's in her 20s and she just finished college. I shouldn't have spoiled that much, but because I love you all, I'm actually giving you additional information that I should have waited for you guys to find out yourselves. But I'm also gonna spoil one more thing. She's not like everyone else in the show. She's actually very, very different, and she has a personality of her own, and she's very unique, and she doesn't, take techniques from other characters that I've created, but she is very, very different, and she has inner conflicts with herself, and you're just gonna have to wait and see what I mean by that, but you'll get the idea. You'll figure it out, and you're gonna be very, very surprised and very pleased to know that she's a different character, and she's her own person. So I can't wait for you guys to find out what I mean. And I will say one more thing. She does end up being in a relationship, but it's not one that you'd expect to see. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. But she's a very unique character, and I really like her, and I think that her and Zach have a very good relationship, and yeah, she's just a very, very interesting character, and I'm glad that I made her, and I'm glad that she exists in this universe, and I can't wait to see what adventures await. So yeah, I can't wait for you guys to see that. Next, we have Melisha. She's actually Zach's mother, and as I said before, she's been taking care of Zach since he was a little kid, and she cares about him deeply, and she's just so happy and so proud of his accomplishments, and how far he's made it in terms of school and education, and personality growth and all that stuff. So yeah, and she actually, even though she's still sad about her husband leaving her, she does kind of figure herself out, and she realizes that being single is actually the best part of life, because you don't have to worry about commitment and giving to others. You can be yourself and just take time to take care of you for a while. So yeah, but later down the line you'll find out that she doesn't remain single forever. So yeah, that's kind of how it goes for her, and she has a really great future for her. So yeah, look out for that. So next up we have Zach's main best friend. Um, they grew up together in LA, and they just have such a long history. But you're gonna kind of see that he gets a little jealous, and he grows angry and just really targetive towards Allison, because he realizes that Zach is paying a lot more attention to Allison than him. So he just kind of gets really controlling and just overprotective, because he doesn't know how Allison is gonna be. But um, you're just gonna have to wait and see if that comes between his friendship with Zach, or makes it a little better. So it can be any probability. It's 50-50 for both, but it might be combined as a probability as a whole. So yeah, can't wait for you guys to see that. So next we have Jasmine. She's one of the main characters that is important to Allison. They grew up as friends in New York City, and she kind of leaves her there instead of dragging her along, because she can't. But she gets really sad. But later on in the story, she intervenes and tries to help resolve Allison's problem of picking who she wants to be with, whether it's Zach or Howard. So yeah, she does come in and intervenes in that particular situation, but her future is not yet decided. Jasmine doesn't know what she wants to do. If she should stay in LA, or just, leave for good and go back to her home. But yeah, you're just gonna have to wait and see what happens to that particular situation as well. So next up we have David, who's Allison's father. He, like I said 2 times before with Allison and Greta, he gets a job opportunity in LA, and that causes them to move to LA and away from their hometown of New York City. So he feels immensely guilty for dragging his family along, and he just wants to do the best he can to please them and make sure they're happy, comfortable, and safe. he's very loyal, and he does whatever he can, to just make sure everything is okay with his family, and he always puts family first before himself, and he's very selfless and kind and caring, and he just, he loves his daughter and his wife. Last but not least, we have Carlos, who is the soon-to-be love interest of another one of the main characters I won't spoil. But he becomes very important, and he, he gets stuck in the middle between, because, one of the main characters confuses him, and, he just doesn't know what she wants. It's definitely female, but, so yeah, you're just gonna have to wait and see. I don't want to spoil it because it's just way too damn exciting. It's exhilarating. It just makes you question everything you believe in. So I just want you guys to, find out by yourselves. Because as you know, I've spoiled so much because I am great like that. But yes, he is one of the main characters indeed. There's one other person I didn't show on this list, only because I think that they're gonna be important later on, beyond this story. So I'm not gonna say anything because it's far too early for any of that. But yes, Carlos will be featured as a main character and a person that's very integral to the plot of the story. Next, we're going to talk about the main plot of the story and what exactly is going on so that, all you fans can be pointed in the right direction and, can anticipate what's to come of this brand new story. So the story is about, a young teenage boy from LA who meets this new girl who moves all the way from New York. They fall in love. It's like a classic love story, but there's always obstacles in the way, and they just kind of have to work together to overcome them, with the help and support of their family members on both sides. So, you're just gonna have to watch it and see what an amazing story it is, and just how much effort and work I put into perfecting it and just making concepts and designs and all that stuff. So, it came out beautifully. So last but not least, I'm going to kind of talk about what inspired me to start making this and executing the story. It just kind of came to me because early on I did a story, or I did multiple stories with multiple different outcomes, and I just told myself, stop doing multiple things and just focus on one big thing and just make it one big thing. So I just stopped procrastinating on what story to do and just came to my senses and immediately started working on the show and just, snap to everything and just started producing it and working on it and just, making and putting my best effort into bringing you guys the best content possible. So yeah, I'm really happy, and I really can't wait for you guys to see it. The entire show as a whole has 13 episodes with various different scenarios to kind of discover and look at. So that's kind of the appeal, and it's just going to be a great experience, and I'm really proud of myself for sticking with something this long and just going straight with it. No turning back. I just want to thank you guys for sticking with me and watching me, present this entire video and just talk about the story. I'm very excited for you all to see it, and I just can't wait to see your feedback and your results and what you think about it, because I will ask you. Best believe it. But yes, that is it for now. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel because that's very important, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time.